In commemoration of our 75th meeting, I have been invited to create this video. Its purpose is to give you all a sense of how the college got to where we are now. I would like to tell you a little bit of the story of the electronic underpinnings of the college. We were one of the first institutions to embrace the electronic age. The birthing process involved quite a bit of kicking and screaming and indulgence by the membership. My involvement with CPDD began in 1979 when we were a committee rather than a college. In the mid-1980s, I ran into Marty Adler at an Apple McWorld convention and suggested that an electronic mailing list for the executive office might be developed. When we evolved into the college and a membership organization in 1992, this membership electronic database was expanded to serve as the core of the office function. During the mid-1990s, Drs. Ron Wood and Jonathan Kameen began to develop an internet website for the CPDD, one of the first for a scientific organization. In 1997, I joined them, merging our endeavors to form the Electronics Committee. With this formation of a brain trust, the college's technical foundation expanded tremendously. An annual meeting database was developed so abstracts could be submitted as Word documents and information could be pasted into the electronic database. I suspect that this was another first. This evolved into an actual electronic abstract submission process from the presenter directly into our abstract database. From this database, almost with a single keystroke, the meeting program and the abstract book could be generated in both hard copy and electronic formats. This was coupled with a search and itinerary creation feature for the annual meeting. I suspect another first. Because of the significant growth of the college and the expanding complexity of the internet, this function was ultimately handed off to a commercial enterprise. The second major function of the Electronics Committee was to develop a process for electronic presentations at our annual meeting. This transition from slides to screens was another first, beginning with our 2002 meeting in Quebec City. I will tell you that the atmosphere for this was electric. Presenters lined up the afternoon before their sessions to provide their PowerPoints to the Electronics Committee so that they could be preloaded onto laptops that were eventually carried into each session. This really went rather flawlessly for a first try. This process continued for several years and required supreme indulgence by the presenters, either requiring pre-submission of abstracts before the meeting or waiting online at the meeting. With the advent of the universal chip or flash drive and increased sophistication and experience by the presenters, this cumbersome process became history. We have moved to the present day when presenters simply provide their presentations immediately before their sessions. For all of this, I was honored to receive the CPDD Distinguished Service Award in 2006. I suspect that in the future others will look back on our endeavors as almost comical. We, however, can view them as a series of exciting firsts. Thank you for your attention, and I hope that you have a good meeting.